LinkedIn in the chat box to stay connected and grow with us. This episode is being recorded for our community achieves. Now let's set the energy high. If you're excited and ready to impactful the session, drop a thumbs up or your favorite smileys in the chat box. Great, fantastic. And before let me introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Sandeep Balakrishnan, founder and managing director, OneGlance Software Services. Let me also introduce Mr. Pankaj, managing partner, Bija Training, who will be interacting with our guest alongside our panel discussion leader, Ms. Dakshayani, and founder and director, Master Trainers Inc. Without further delay, let me get started.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jaya. Good evening, everyone. And I welcome you all on behalf of Bija Training, the Mass Leadership and Leaders Connect. And special welcome to our guest, Mr. Sandeep Balakrishnan. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pankaj.
So before we move forward, I would like to officially welcome each one of you who has taken out time and be part of this Leaders Connect episode 228. And the topic for today is leading a technology product team. And for sure, as I always say, that every leader carries his experiences, and from his experiences and expertise, we all can learn at least one thing during this interaction of 30-35 minutes. And that is what the purpose of this community is, that we should be able to take away some learning, right? So without taking much of a time, I would like to officially welcome each one of us here through a mode of welcome video. So just allow me a minute to welcome you all to this forum, and then we move forward. So here's an official welcome to Sandeep sir, you and Dakshayani, our panel discussion leader. Welcome to the forum, sir.
Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj sir and Dakshayani madam, for a wonderful introduction.
We are happy to have you, sir. So Dakshayani, I just gave the forum to you now. You can continue with your panel discussion with our guests. Thank you so much.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to join the panel discussion on the leading technology of a product team. I thank Mr. Pankaj and Mr. Arul for the wonderful introduction. Can we dive into the conversation now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Where we all can learn and grow together.
Sure.
Right. May I go ahead with the first question, Mr. Sandeep Balakrishnan?
Yes, madam, please go ahead.
What are the key qualities that make a great technology product leader?
Okay, so I can share based on my experience the last 14 years leading this company. Ours is a product-based company into healthcare. We try to address a problem that is there in the healthcare for doctors. So from that and my experience, I'm going to share some of the points. A key the key aspects of a product leader. One is mainly the vision. The vision has to be very clear. And then, for the vision, creating a correct, proper team, and then making the team understand the vision and the problem that they are trying to solve, and getting the whole team part of that vision. So that is the first important thing. Once you have the right team, then giving them the freedom, okay, complete freedom in terms of their feedbacks, their critical inputs, and then allowing them to try out different things. There'll be a lot of failures, and there's a lot of learning also. But the most important thing is giving them the freedom. So that is the culture that is required in the product space. So as a leader, my job is to create a good team with the right balance, whether it is a functional domain specialist or a technology specialist, or even hiring a fresher. I spend a lot of time in evaluating the right person for the team. So I think that is the most crucial point to start with, and then sharing our whole ideas and why we wanted to solve this problem, and making them realize that yes, this is a very important problem to solve, and they should also feel thrilled like you are in getting this vision achieved. Only then the product vision will get fulfilled. So I think this is the most important thing. Then, as a leader, you also need to possess the functional knowledge that is required for the field that you are in, and the technology knowledge, because only then you'll be able to guide your team and validate certain critical inputs that they give. So this is also important. And as a leader, another most important thing I've realized is you need to let your ego go, because many times, in the room, you'll be having some real good, interesting discussions where you'll be putting your points very strongly to your team. But, suddenly a fresher might come up with an interesting, great idea, and maybe that might be the correct one to go with. So you should be ready to accept that, as leaders. So sometimes, your ego will not let you do, and honestly, you will be arguing and trying to figure out, saying that, okay, the best ideas are, not that. But that's the most important thing. And as a leader, we should be very conscious that, it's the vision that the entire team is trying to solve. So getting the entire team around that and giving them the freedom, and letting your ego down, and making them perform is what is important. And helping them learn whatever skills they want to develop. It might be directly related to the work or indirectly related, but still it helps them, as long as you are able to keep their frame of mind in the right direction. You will be able to get the goals achieved.
Right. Thank you. So you mean to say that you will grow, you will let the employees grow and company grow along with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best way to do. You have to set the tone, and give the right environment for them, and keep supporting them wherever they need, and they will make it happen.
Right. How do you balance innovation with the delivery timelines?
So innovation and delivery elements, it's very difficult, because innovation is always you're getting into an uncharted territory, right? You have not done something before and you're trying to do. So it's very difficult to arrive at the right timelines. But there are certain process, if you implement, we still can come up with timelines where we can complete the innovation. So again, based on the experience, if you are able to identify the problem, and then have the teams aligned towards that. So if you have a technical team and a business functional team, again, the important thing is the kind of discussion that we need to have, the healthy discussion, where critical feedbacks are exchanged, and finally you have a clear plan. Okay, this is the problem we are trying to solve, and this is the idea for it. And for that idea to materialize into a product or into a feature, we need to have this plan. And then finally, you need to have a very good execution strategy. Once you have, and then you are able to communicate that with the team, and when the team members are on board with that, plan and strategy, execution strategy plans, I think then it is all about having a plan B, where if you end up with some obstacles or failures, then you should be able to pivot to the next plan and then still be able to go towards that goal. So all these things can be discussed in the initial, time itself, where okay, these are areas where things can go wrong. So if it happens, then what is the next move? So it's the planning that is very important when it comes to innovation. Okay. And I think once we do that, we will be able to achieve the delivery timelines, or even if we skip also maybe 20% extra, we take time also, it's still fine. But overall, there will be a lot of in terms of fulfillment and happiness. It's a great feeling to have.
So with AI in place, you create more, you innovate more kind of designs for the products you have, right? You are into the hospital and the patient management.
So AI has opened so many dimensions that again we have to be very smart in identifying the right use case, because there's a lot of noise in the AI space. So we need to really understand, is it a problem that we need to use AI to solve, or it can be solved with a normal. Okay, so whichever we cannot solve with the normal approach is where we need to look at AI. And it also requires a certain amount of intuition at the leadership level. That's a very good strength to have, intuition and creativity. All combined together, when we are able to implement an AI solution for a particular problem, then it can become really a disruptive technology or a feature. So a lot of thought needs to go into what is that you wanted to solve with the AI. And of course, AI also requires a lot of data, right? So are you in a situation where you are able to feed that much data to the AI to be able to get the output? Okay. So that is what becomes the differentiator in the market.
The prompt should be given properly to get the right output from the AI. Then you'll not be able to understand.
Yeah. And what is the USP that you're going to build with the AI? It cannot be another Me Too product, right? So you need to really go deep and understand and identify the right use case. I think that is what is important in the AI scenario, because there's so much noise. Uh, so it's the use case that matters, and then convincing the team that yes, this is the use case. And if the team buys into that idea, I think again, and great innovation happens from the company, and great for the customers and great for the business.
Very clear. So what are the strategies that help align tech, design, and your business teams effectively?
So again, strategies is you have one goal or the vision, and if the entire teams, like if you have different departments, like the business analyst team, the technical team, the software release team, the sales team, so they all need to be aligned towards the goal, and there should be a clear communication in terms of the deliverables, timelines, etc. The strategy is okay, who's responsible for what and who's accountable for what. So if there is a delay, how is it going to impact the other teams? So if this is all well communicated and known in advance, people will work together and have empathy. If something goes wrong, also there'll be other chaps who will pitch in and try to, help each other. Uh, so that's what is very important. Clear communication in terms of how we are going to go about with the plan and execution, and from the vision to the creation of product to release and identifying the right market segment, who are the right customers. The entire team should understand that process. Who is our ideal customer? Okay. So the development team should not develop something. So, and it should not be that they don't know about their ideal customer. They should know the ideal customer. Whom are they developing this product for? Only then, it translate into an ideal product, which the sales team can take it and, target those customer segments. And then also have a strategy where quickly we are able to implement some early feedbacks that comes from our customers, validate and implement back into the product and sell it. So this whole communication mechanism becomes very important when it comes to having multiple teams working together. So that is a very important thing that we need to keep in mind. So as a strategy, a clear execution plan, and clear understanding of the process, deliverables, accountability, the responsibilities are fixed. Okay, and the customer focus. Who's the customer? And every time we need to keep validating whatever we do, is it really useful for our the target customer? Because many times, out of enthusiasm, curiosity, we deviate and we try to do some feature where we would have seen something new and we think, okay, that can be part of the product. But sometimes it may not be required for a customer. So every time when that happens, and it needs to be a discussion that happens across the team, um, and it should be validated properly.
The cross-functional support should be there in and it should align with the goals of the organization or goals of the product you wanted to develop, right? So
Yes. So once we identify the problem and who's the customer segment, I think that should be the goal.
Okay. Thank you. How do you handle failure of the product setbacks in a tech team?
There'll be a lot of failures. We should be mentally prepared for it, and we should celebrate failure because there's a lot of learning we get. Now, many times we try to create one feature or some new modules in a product, but we end up learning a lot of new things, and we may even fail the approach we would have taken. But what we need to encourage our team is that whatever new things they learn in the process of identifying something is what is important, because if they are able to understand those new things and they'll be able to apply in future, okay, for whatever we are going to do, the certain things that we would have done now, we can apply it in later part also. So I think if we see the failures that way, it is always a great learning, so nobody will feel disappointed. So I think that's the best way to look at failures, because failures is inevitable. It will definitely happen in the space of innovation. Okay, so I think when we look at the learnings that we get out of the failures, that's big for us.
And you also upskill your own employees with the latest technology, which is useful for the development of the product.
So the kind of culture we create is they don't listen to me now. They decide what technology they have to decide. I just sometimes validate, but they have the freedom and I trust them now. So that's the stage we have gotten. So they gave me the feedback that this is what is right. So it has got to that level. So which I'm so happy now. So because I'm now able to focus on product vision and market, not about real development.
Okay. So how important is your user feedback in shaping product decisions?
After the initial ideation of the product based on the problem that we would have identified in the market, we create the first version of the product. But after that, the product evolves only because of customer feedbacks. So as a product team, we have to be very smart in identifying, filtering the feedbacks and having the, filtering the feedbacks and getting the right feedbacks turn into features in the product. You might get 10 feedbacks from the product. You need to encourage your customers to give a lot and lot of feedbacks. You should never stop. And you should also tell the team that, no, don't be so sensitive about it, because for any creator, when somebody gives a critical feedback, they feel really, disappointed. And so that is something which we need to ensure our team doesn't think that way. Instead, they are very open to receive more critical feedbacks. But it is finally left to the product team to decide, okay, which are those critical feedback that they need to do, take and do implement in the product. But being sensitive, sometimes I've realized that the team shuts their mind to feedbacks and they say that no, the customer is not thought properly. This is the right way to use. But it's not the way. Actually, when we sit with the customer and see, we really realize, okay, there are so many scenarios the customer uses, the pain points. So the best way to do is the team should be encouraged not to feel very sensitive about their innovations, but after you deliver the product, it's all the customer. Start receiving the inputs, but finally you can also filter. When your mind is ready to take feedbacks, that's where you will be able to identify the right problems for the customer and then incorporate. So that is what we do in our company. We try to encourage our team to keep receiving more and more feedbacks from the customer and then discuss internally and filter out those important feedbacks for which we will incorporate in the software. So that way,
The stakeholders will be your own department. Your own cross-functional departments will be the stakeholders at the beginning when you do the try and tested kind of a thing, product when you develop it.
Yeah,
So from there you
see, to be very honest, when we release the first version of the product, it will be around 40% of the market expect. But we think, okay, it's about 90%. But once we go to the market, we realize, okay, it's only 40% there. Then it's the customers who give us those inputs, right? And so how you validate those inputs and build the product quickly and roll it back to the customer and make them really happy is what matters. So that's a very interesting phase, and feedback's the most important thing. And that's how the product shapes. So in our 14 years journey, I know how many feedbacks we've got and how much. So today, when we look at our product and other products, new products, we know how rich our product is. It is all because the feedbacks we got from the customers and we improved. And there are also some feedbacks which we have not implemented because we felt that is not part of the scope or the target customer segment. So we have to be a little smart in choosing the right problems that we wanted to address in the product also.
Thank you so much for your valuable time for responding to all the questions we have for you. Mr. Pankaj, maybe
Thank you so much,
Thank you, madam.
Ms. Dakshayani, for having a wonderful panel discussion. And Sandeep sir, really, it's awesome to hear you out. And I can just say one thing, looking at you, there are three terms which comes to my mind. That is calm, composed, and confident. That is what I can really sense. I mean, the way you're talking, sir, and your journey, 14 years, you might have had a roller coaster ride throughout, right? But you have not even shown it on your face, and the kind of confidence you're talking about. And yes, we do understand when it comes about product innovation, it's really a roller coaster ride. So as there's a common saying, right, sir, that Thomas Edison has invented bulb at 100th attempt, right? So he says, I did not fail 99 times. I learned how not to make a bulb 99 times, right? So that is where his learning is. And so it has mirrored in your what you talked about. So that has been my learning, my understanding. Let's see what people have understood through a mode of a quiz. So our quiz leader is going to ask a question from the team, from the people out here, from what you have discussed so far in 30 minutes. And the winner will get a book written by one of our author, right, sir? So you don't need to answer, our visitors will answer that. So I would like to invite our quiz leader, Pooja. Are you ready with the question? Okay.
Yes.
So over to you, Pooja, for a quick quiz, please.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sandeep, and thank you, Dakshayani, for leading this panel. And yeah, Pankaj, as usual, your inputs added a great value. And thank you, each and everyone, for listening. And today's question is very simple. In shaping product, what is the most important one from the below to take a decision? Okay, the options are A, criticism, B, feedback, C, data, and D, innovation. Wonderful.
So who's the winner, Pooja?
Yes. Sukumaran. And
Sukumaran.
all of you actually answered the right question, right answer with your right answer. Congratulations to each and everyone because Sukumaran has answered it first, so he's getting it.
So
And
congratulations, Sukumaran sir. And again, you are getting, if you're not received this book, if you've already received, then Arul will do the needful. So the winner for today's quiz is going to get this book called Soul Reader 2.0, written by author Miss Vani Pradeep. And Sukumaran Aji sir, as you know, the winner always gets a bonus, right? So you can unmute yourself and ask one question to our guest, to Mr. Sandeep. So that's a bonus for you today.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for this session. My question is like when building a product, technology is there, but nowadays technology is changing very fast, and how you and your team adopts the new technology into the product.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question. A lot of changes happening. Earlier, it used to be every 3 years some change happens in the technology, in software technology. Now it is every 3 weeks we are changing changes in AI, new versions. But I think most importantly, we need to cut down the outside noise and focus on what we are up to, the problem that we are trying to solve. Because when we look at the outside noise, it's too fast. It is not sustainable. to implement such things. So better, when we know that we have thought through a problem in a very deep way and we have figured out a way to solve this problem, better focus on that and go ahead and do it. And then we also need to keep an eye on where we can implement the AI. Okay, so I think that is a better way, especially in the product space. We should really ensure that we stay very focused on whatever plans we have put in. With a slight amount of pivot we can do, but not much. It's not required.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So here I open the forum to the visitors. If anyone would like to ask questions, we can have quick 2 questions to be asked to our guest. So anyone would like to have any question to our guest, please unmute yourself and feel free to ask question. Is there anyone? Okay. So as we do not have any questions, so I would like to invite our summary leader, Mr. Nellai. So, Mr. Nellai, over to you for a quick summary, please.
Good evening, one and all. Thanks to Bija Training for this opportunity as a summary leader. Dear Mrs. Sandeep sir, and truly insightful perspective on the leading a technology product team. And your points and examples were provoking and impactful, sir. And on the summary key points, and I would like to classify in the 5 points. On the key qualities of the great technology product leader and the strong vision and deep understanding of the team, and build the right team and the provide of freedom with the open feedback and critical inputs. Encourage learning through the experimentation and failure. And the balance technical knowledge with the humility. Let ego down mindset helps achieve goals. They set the tone and the environmental to support innovation and collaboration. As like a core mantra, vision plus team plus freedom. And on the second, balancing innovation with the delivery timeline, align the team on the critical feedback, ideas, and clear execution plans. Always have a plan B or C to pivot if the plan A doesn't work. Even a minor delay in the meeting timelines can still provide a sense of accomplishment. On the role of AI in the product development, and AI should be applied only when traditional approaches are insufficient. Requires the quality data and define use cases, and adapt AI suitably aligned with the product objectives. On the aligning technology, the team must align our goals, timeline, and key informations. Keep the customer the center from the vision to product release. And the strategy should include a market validation and a clear accountability for the deliverables. And the last, importance of user feedback. Celebrate failures as a learning opportunities. Upskill teams through the lessons learned. And after initial product release, filter and act on the critical feedback without being discouraged. Validate feedback for its relevance on the product. Not all the suggestions can be implemented. And continuous feedback ensure the product evolves and improves over time. On a closing third, leading a technology product team is about a vision, empowerment, experimentation, and alignment, balancing innovation, execution, and customer centricity while fostering a learning-driven culture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nellai, for wonderfully, summarizing the session as always. Thank you so much for doing it. So here, as we come to close, I would like to invite Mr. Gauri Shankar for the vote of thanks, please. So over to you, Gauri, for the vote of thanks, please.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Gauri Shankar, corporate trainer. I'm here to give the vote of thanks here. Yeah. Along getting clarity on leading a technological product team, let me quickly share again the purpose of this thriving leadership community. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with United Nations Sustainable Development goals. We are hybrid model leadership community bringing together leaders every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., where experts in their fields provide solution on real-time problems and giving the knowledge by inviting authors and share insights from their books. Help us grow as leaders and lifelong learners. Today we had a privilege of learning from our special chief guest, Mr. Sandeep Balakrishnan. Through his insightful session, his practical wisdom and simplified approach towards technology have given us actionable steps to adapt, manage, and build a strong technical future. A heartfelt thank you to our esteemed guest, sir. And also, I would love to thank Ms. Dakshayani for actively leading the panel discussion. And I thank our dynamic moderator, Mr. Pankaj, for leading such an enriching conversation today. And now, as a small token of appreciation, we present a special thank you video to express our gratitude. See you next Wednesday. Until then, keep leading and keep growing. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. So we would like you to be part of this community, sir, as and when possible. And I have shared your LinkedIn link in the chat box. So anyone who would like to connect with Mr. Sandeep Balakrishnan, please feel free to, connect with him on LinkedIn. And sir, we look forward for your valuable inputs in the upcoming days also. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pankaj sir and Dakshani madam. Thanks for this opportunity. It was lovely meeting you all, and I hope I was able to share some of my experience.
Yes, it was really awesome. In simple words, you have really, made us understand things that what all it goes through to, being an innovator, getting a product designed and delivered, and that journey which you talked about, that was really inspiring. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks to all.
Have a great evening. Thank you so much, sir. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a great. Bye. So, do we have new people today? Okay. Good day. Bye bye. We'll connect later. Thank you.